edition video, we're going to be reflecting on Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday. And it's a really special Mass that takes place this Thursday, this week. It marks the beginning of something called the Triduum. The Triduum are the three great celebrations leading up to Easter Sunday. So, I love this Mass.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's quite late at night. It's usually around 8 o'clock when it gets dark. And what I love about this Mass is that it helps us to remember why we are Catholic. There's so many different things that happen in this Mass. It's quite an adventure. And I especially love music. Do you love music?
Yeah, I love singing.
Yeah. So what I do every year with my band at St Joseph's Church in Guildford is that we lead the music for this Mass, as we choose special hymns that help us to understand, to enter into the mystery of this Mass. And so in this video, we're going to be sharing with you some of the music, asking you to sing along with us, and hopefully it will help us understand the Mass a bit more. Holy Thursday is an evening Mass where we reenact Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. He gave us this amazing command. He said, "As I have done for you, you should also do." Love means serving others. Jesus is that humble king. He's that servant king. He showed us his love through washing his disciples' feet. And he asks us to love how he loves. Now, one song I really love to sing at the washing of the feet is a song called Faith, Hope and Love. Should I sing a bit of it now for you? Faith, hope and love, let these remain among you. Faith, hope and love, the greatest of these is love. Sing it again. Faith, hope and love, let these remain among you. Faith, hope and love, the greatest of these is love. Now, faith, hope and love are something called Christian values. If you wanted to ask what a Christian is, you would look at their faith in God, and particularly in Jesus and who he is, the Son of God. We would think about the hope that they have, because Christians have great hope because of the resurrection, which we'll talk about in a couple of videos' time. And then love, our service of each other, the love of our neighbour. And who better to show us how to love than Jesus? And the greatest of the virtues is love. And so that's why we sing that song. Now, normally at Mass, the priests wash the feet of parishioners in the congregation. Unfortunately this year, we're not allowed to be with the priest at Mass, so we won't be seeing it. But you can wash each other's feet at home. And with the resource that accompanies this video, you'll find some instructions of how to enter into a time of prayer and then wash each other's feet. What I'd like you to do right now is to have a think together about when the last time was when you served somebody. And how does it feel? Pause the video. We also commemorate the institution of the Eucharist. Now, lots of complicated words, weren't there, in that bit? It was at the Last Supper that Jesus took bread, he blessed it, he broke it, and he gave thanks to God and said that this was his body. Then he took wine and he blessed it and said that this was his blood. And you can look up the passage in Luke 22 if you'd like to. So at the Last Supper, Jesus gave us the Eucharist. what we see every week at Mass. We see the bread and wine becoming the body and blood of Christ in communion. And the thing is at this Mass, is that, well, in every Mass, the priest doesn't just act out the Last Supper. Because he is in the very person of Jesus, it's as if we are actually there at the table. And particularly this night, Maundy Thursday, when we actually commemorate the Last Supper, it's as if we are there at the Last Supper with Jesus and his disciples. It's an amazing mystery, isn't it? We don't quite know how it happens, but we know it is an amazing mystery and that Jesus is there. What I'd like you to do now is to pause the video and have a chat about what communion means for you. Off you go. Now, one song that we like to sing during communion is a song called "This Is My Body." Grace, do you want to sing a bit of it?
This is my body, broken for you, bringing you wholeness, making you free. Take it and eat it, and when you do it in love for me.
Should we sing the second verse together? This is my blood, poured out for you, bringing forgiveness, making you free. Take it and drink it, and when you do it in love for me. What a great song to sing on this Mass. It's as if we're there with Jesus and he is saying those words to us and we're singing them out loud as well. Now at this Mass, we're also reminded that we're part of the body of Christ through this wonderful gift of the Eucharist. And it doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter what colour skin we have, what country we're born in, whether we're rich or poor. When we come together at Mass, we share in one body, we are united together. And there's a song that we like to sing in the offertory that kind of sums up everything that we have been looking at so far. It's called Ubi Caritas. Now, Ubi Caritas are Latin words, and the chorus of this song go Ubi Caritas est vera, Deus ibi est, Deus ibi est, which means where charity and love are, God is there. So shall I sing a little bit for you? Yeah? Ubi caritas est vera, Deus ibi est, Deus ibi est. You sing it with me? Ubi caritas est vera, Deus ibi est, Deus ibi est. It goes on to say in one of the verses, in true communion let us gather, may all divisions cease, and in their place be Christ the Lord, our risen Prince of Peace. I really love that because it reminds us that we are part of the body of Christ, and when we gather together, all divisions cease, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Scripture says that after the Last Supper, Jesus and his disciples went to the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus wanted to pray. So he asked his disciples to sit here while I go over there and pray. And you can find this passage in Matthew's Gospel, Matthew 26. Jesus prayed all night. He opened himself up in every way. His mind, his body, his heart to what was going to be happening next. He knew what was coming. He knew that Judas was going to betray him. He knew he was going to be arrested. He knew he was going to die on the cross. And he really had a hard time in the garden praying. And he wanted his friends to stay with him while he was praying, because he was nervous, he was anxious, Have you ever felt anxious about something that you know is coming?
Yeah.
Why not have a chat now together about something that you felt anxious about and that you knew was coming? So we at this Mass are asked to also sit with Jesus and pray. Remember, he is present in the Mass. We were there with him in the Last Supper earlier on in the Mass. So too we are with him in the garden. And what happens is that the Blessed Sacrament, Jesus present in the bread, is carried to something called the altar of repose, which is basically an area in the church that has the tabernacle and that is decorated to look like a garden. And what we are asked to do is to spend time in quiet prayer with Jesus. And it's really beautiful. Everything is very dark. There's only light around that area. And we leave the Mass in silence. Now this year, we're not going to be able to experience that in the same way. But at home, you can create that atmosphere. Perhaps before you go to bed, turn off all the lights. Just put a light on in one area. Create your own garden or your Easter garden if you've got that ready. And spend some time praying. There's a song that we like to sing that helps us to get ready for that time of quiet prayer. And it's a chant called Stay With Me. And the idea is that you sing this chant over and over again until it becomes quieter and quieter and we get into a time of silence. Shall I sing a little bit for you?
Yeah.
Stay with me, remain here with me, watch and pray, watch and pray. Sing it again. Stay with me, remain here with me, watch and pray, watch and pray. Lovely. So at this Mass, we joined with Jesus at the Last Supper. We watched him wash the feet of his disciples, an amazing example for us of how to love. We saw him take the bread and say that this was his body, take the wine and say that this was his blood. We also joined with him and the disciples in the garden. What I'd like you to talk about now is which part of the Mass you are most looking forward to seeing. So I'm really looking forward to this Mass. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can watch this Mass on Thursday at 8 o'clock through the website. Now if it's too late to watch it at 8, that's absolutely fine. Gosh, you're already sleepy. You can actually watch it the next day. It's going to be recorded. And as I said, there is a resource to accompany this video. So please do check out that resource. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye!